In standard accounting, all your financial transactions are recorded in the general ledger, which shows the overall health of your business. But for contractors, the general ledger isn't enough because it isn't tied directly to individual projects. That's where job costing comes in. Job costing tracks every cost associated with a specific job, including labor, materials, equipment, and overhead. Think of it as your project's scoreboard. You wouldn't wait until a game is over to check the score, so why wait until a job is finished to see if you made a profit? Real-time job costing lets you know if you are winning or losing while the game is still being played. It allows you to look out the windshield and make proactive decisions rather than looking in the rearview mirror to see where you've been. To keep an accurate score, job costing breaks your expenses down into three main categories. Direct costs. These are easily traced to the job, like raw materials, subcontractor fees, and labor. Example, when tracking labor, you must track the fully burdened cost. This means you aren't just calculating the $25 an hour you pay the worker, but also employer taxes, workers' comp, and fringe benefits to see the true cost hitting your job. Indirect costs. These support the project but aren't tied to a specific task such as project management or internal equipment usage. Example, if you own a backhoe, you still need to charge the job for using it. Treat it like an internal rental. If you don't charge a daily rate to the job for your own equipment, your job cost report will look artificially profitable and you'll miss the true cost of equipment wear and tear. Committed costs. These are cost obligations you've agreed to but haven't yet paid. Example, imagine you have a $10,000 budget for materials. You write a purchase order for $9,500. Even though you haven't received the invoice yet, you only have $500 left to spend. Committed costs also include open subcontracts and unposted field payroll. Tracking these prevents you from thinking you have money to spend when you actually don't. When tracking these costs, there is a massive pitfall you must avoid. Never confuse percent spent with percent complete. Just because you have spent 50% of your budget does not mean you have completed 50% of the physical work. If you've spent half your money but only laid a quarter of the pipe, you are projecting a major cost overrun. To properly measure progress, contractors use a Work in Progress, or WIP, report. The WIP report is the most critical tool in construction accounting. It calculates the value of the work completed and determines if your project is overbilled or underbilled. Overbilling happens when you bill for more than the work you've completed. While this is great for cash flow, you must remember overbilling is not profit. It is a liability for work you still have to perform. Underbilling happens when you've done the work but haven't billed for it, which can drain your cash flow and force you to finance the job out of your own pocket. Now, in the past, real time meant waiting a week for paper timesheets to reach the office and payroll to be processed. Today, you can't afford that delay. Modern field mobility applications allow workers to enter their time, daily logs, and field expenses right from their smartphones. When field data is synced instantly, a project manager can see the exact labor hours and committed costs on their job dashboard today, even if payroll won't actually be processed until next week. Ultimately, job costing transforms chaos into control. By tracking direct, indirect, and committed costs, managing your work-in-progress report, and leveraging real-time field technology, you can proactively protect your margins, secure better financing, and ensure every single project is a profitable win.